No, okay. Now my internet acting up. No me gusta. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're on YouTube, welcome back to, I was gonna say MySpace, like MySpace, and it reminded me of MySpace. You know what I mean. Welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Ana Divisayo Biojo. I am daughter of the Most High God, wife to Enialami, mama to the three G's, Grant, Grayson, and Gianna. I'm a speaker, an author, soul cultivator, and strategist to cycle breaking wives and moms, the host of the Community Well podcast, as well as the host of the Wife at the Well meetup. Y'all like my spiel? I gotta refine it a little bit, but we're gonna rock with it. I'm excited. It is day 31. Clap for me, clap for me. I made it. Okay. I made it. I did it. My goal was to go live every single day in the month of July. Now, there were some hiccups because I really wanted to plan some with guests. I was supposed to be doing some cooking, like really like cooking with y'all and letting y'all in on my meal prep. I'm still going to be meal prepping, so I'm just going to have to plan those because meal prepping have been saving my life. We'll talk about that in a second. But so there was some hiccups in terms of like my show up because I was still supposed to do life with y'all more, and we were like chilling and stuff like that, but it's all right. We showed up every single day, and that meant tired. That meant at the end of a long day, early morning, in the middle of the day, days where motherhood was kicking my butt, days where there was a struggle bus here, days where, work may have been kicking my butt. Whatever it was, it didn't matter. I showed up, and that was really the push through. We give ourselves like for some people, we push through a lot for other people and for jobs and stuff like that, but we don't ever do it like for ourselves or for our own thing, right? And when it comes to ministry and business and all that stuff, I'm like, it's time to go all in, and really with the push through, right? And so that means that we got to we got to keep our word to ourselves. We got to commit to ourselves the way we would to a job, commit to ourselves like we would to a friend, all the things. So I'm just proud of myself. We did it every single day in the month of July, day 31. It's the last day. I'm amped. I'm excited. So today, what I felt in my spirit to share was something that I'll probably be talking about more and unraveling. And I'll figure out how if I want to go live and stuff like that. But it's a season of healing while building for a lot of people. You are simultaneously healing from a lot of things that happened, things from the past, and it might not be your upbringing, but it just may be like past seasons. And a lot of people, this applies to a lot of people, but specifically in marriage, you're healing like within the marriage and things that happen. And God hasn't released you. So you're healing within the same environment that may have hurt you, right? And I just want to say, it's hard to explain because a lot of cases are different. I'm not talking about like abuse. If you're in danger, leave. I'm talking about, trust has been broken, just things aren't the same, that kind of thing. It's caused a lot of hurt and pain, and a lot of betrayal sometimes isn't even like cheating. It's not always cheating, right? You not committing to the person daily and stuff like that, it impacts a person and erodes the relationship over time. So there's different layers. There's different things, but for some wives, you're healing within the same space and in the same marriage, and so that's hard. And so you have to build a legacy while healing the marriage, healing yourself. And there's a lot of people in general too that you're healing while building something. You're healing, maybe you're healing your money mindset, and you still have to build a business. You're healing from insert blank while building. And the Lord really wants us to focus on what we have in our hands. The things that we have in our hands are the things that we are going to use to build, right? You have tools, you have resources, you have people, you have community, you have certain weapons that you also have to build in order to be able to do both simultaneously. And what I mean, one of the tools and weapons is your mindset. You have control over that. And so your mindset has to be, okay, I'm going to heal. I'm in this place. You may be at the lowest place you've ever been when it comes to money, but simultaneously, you have to be like, I am going to make things work. What do I have in my hands to be able to pay for food for the week while simultaneously thinking like a CEO to build a business? So that's what I'm talking about. It's like you're at the extremes. Your current circumstances does not look like what God has promised and what God is calling you to build, right? And we really have to, it's hard, but we have to take our eyes off of the promise sometimes and focus on the promise keeper. Focus on the promise keeper. I did a series on this. Maybe I'll bring that back. But I had to keep my eyes on the promise keeper because, baby, the way circumstances was looking, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, what promises, like, what are we doing? But it's because I had focused so much on the promise. When's the promise coming and the timing of that, that I had taken my eyes off of the promise keeper. And that can make you grow discouraged. You're like, I, baby, I don't know what's happening. This doesn't look like what you promised. And so you have to, look at what you have. What has the Lord given you in order to heal the current circumstance? That mindset is one of them, having that right mindset and build simultaneously. God has given you skills. It's like, I remember, to be very transparent, a season where I wasn't fully able to do that because I was focused on the circumstances, and we didn't have money, and I was like, I start hustling. That's something that the Lord has had to bring me from and help me heal. But I was like, oh, we ain't got money, say less. And I'm door dashing. And it's like, is that beneath me? No. But the thing about it is, it's like you have to door dash to make ends meet while simultaneously being like, I have skills, I have a whole degree. What can I do with that? Offer coaching, offer a coaching program. But there's something that comes with that, right? Because you have to, like, now work through imposter syndrome, work through poverty mindset, work through feeling like you're not good enough to be in business or nobody's going to buy from me and all that stuff, right? And then you end up settling for where you are. Your current circumstances end up taking over, right? And so that's what I'm talking about. Healing while building, healing your marriage and your family while you're building legacy. Y'all are fighting. There's a hot mess in your house. What is happening? Like, why is there no peace? Why is there no joy? Why does it feel like the spirit, like literally something has been sucked out of your home? And God is saying, I have given you what you need in this season. Yes, it seems hard. Yes, it seems difficult, but you have every single thing that you need to heal during this season, and you just have to open up your eyes and make yourself open and available. It's like, us in our community of wives, like, we have each other, and it's hard when you are in a dark season that you're like, I don't want to trust people, like, I'm just gonna isolate and keep to myself. That's what the enemy wants you to do. But the Lord is like, I have brought people into your life to help you during this season, right? To help you heal, right? And do the work, to hire coaches, to do the programs, whatever it is, to help you during that season, because that is temporary. While you're simultaneously building, you're building legacy. You need to be in community around people that are doing well, that are established, right? And that's why it's important to have, like, at one point I had a coach and I had the purpose, the purpose. I call it the purpose because she's the only one right now. For now, I'm a plug in for her to, you know, um, train people. But the purpose, I'll meet with her, right? And then I have a coach that would actively meet with her every single week so that we are implementing things, right? There's one that's working on inner healing, the other one's making sure that I'm being accountable. Like, you need to have a team of people while simultaneously having friends. You need to have groups of people that are going to help you in this season. Like, you can't do what you used to do. Like, oh, I've had friends, I've done it on my own. What the Lord is doing, where He's calling you, you need to have a different strategy and a different plan. So asking God, God, what is the strategy? What are the people? What are the tools? What are the resources? What do I have right now that I can use to heal while I'm building? Because you can't, in this season, you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to focus on just healing. He's calling you to do both. You can't build, obviously, because if you build without healing, you're going to build on rocky foundation, and it's not going to last. It will crumble. child, it will crumble, right? And so asking yourself, what do you have in this season? Who are the people that you can connect with, so that, mentors, what environments do you need to be in? That's a big one that I've been focusing on, especially when it comes to the kids, because for the kids, I'm like, they need to be in certain environments. Like, you're not just at basketball and you're just at baseball. Where are certain environments that you're being exposed to different things? I want you to be exposed to Black excellence, wealth, Latinos making money, like, you need to see yourself represented in a different way. So, what are the different environments that we need to be in? So, something different is unlocked, right? Being able to equip them when it comes to, the kingdom and their identity in the kingdom, right? So, you need to be in different environments. And the same applies for us. Like, I'm like, what conference are we going to? Where do I need to be so that I can grow? This month, I didn't do it. I mean, I guess I kind of did for the family. One of my goals was to go out every single month, like a community event that would help me grow. And so I'm trying to think back. I went to the YouTube creator event. I went to a Speak Your Way to Cash event. What were the other ones? I went to a CEO Moms Connect group. Um, my outing, my community outing, I guess it's important, but I went to an outing for Gigi because community is important for us, and building the right community in the season is important. So I guess it counts. But it wasn't really like for me helping me grow. But that's one of my goals, is to go out every single month. And that is an investment, right? There was one time for the YouTube creator event, I paid, was it $100? I don't know. I live far from Dallas and I paid an Uber to go to the YouTube creator event. I was invited, I was accepted. You had to apply or whatever. And so I was like, I'm going to go. This is an opportunity to meet people, to mingle, to be in that environment. Um, Especially because it comes in alignment with one of my goals for the year, which is to increase like my YouTube following and that stuff, and to be more consistent as a content creator. It was also God speaking to me about me being multifaceted. What's that sound? Like, what is that? Being multifaceted and all the things that He's called me to, right? So, what environments do you need to be in? Push yourself. I told y'all yesterday, I'm uncomfortable. I'm doing things that I'm not comfortable, but I know if God is calling me higher, I'm going to come into agreement with who He's calling me to be. And I'm going to that next level that He wants me to. I have to be not only uncomfortable, I have to place myself in uncomfortable places on purpose that are going to help me grow and develop and stretch me. Right. So, all of that, run it back, make a list of all the things that you need to do. Where is God calling you to in this season? God is calling you higher. What does that look like? What is the identity He wants you to come into agreement with? What are the environments that He wants you to be in? It might cost you some investment. It might cost you a stretch for you to Uber somewhere, for you to be in different environments and be around different people, to have mentors. If you want to make $1 million, you need to be in $1 million rooms. And so it's going to cost, it's going to cost money. It's going to cost an investment. And there'll also be creative ways. I remember there was a ticket that I wanted to go to an event, and these people are making money, right? But I was like, I'm going to be on the sale. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can still get creative, but you need to be in those environments and those places. And asking God to help you get creative. Like, you have skills. If you got to go babysit so that you can then invest in this conference, if you got to go do some coaching, sell a course, do whatever, DoorDash, so you can invest on the next level. Healing while building. What do you need to do here? What do you have in your hands? Tools, resources, and people. And what does that next level look like? And what do you have to invest in? So that's all I got on today. The last day. I'll be offline until, what day did I say? Monday, I think it is. We go reset. I told y'all we are going to reset as a time of transition. We need to tap in, spend time with the Lord, and really just rest. The kids are going back to school. There's a lot going on. I'm excited for what's happening, but I need to, bring it down a notch and refill, because we're also doing a lot with the Wife at the Well. We are growing. I'm excited. So I have to refill from the well that never runs dry. And so if you want to sign up for the Wife at the Well, link in my bio. I said I was going to go back. I'm going to do that before I hop off for the next 3 days is go back so that you guys have the link. So we have the Wife at the Well. We'll be fasting on Wednesday. We have our meetup August 21st at 7 p.m. CST. Our prayer call, by the way, is on Wednesdays at 6 a.m. CST. What else? We have our Kingdom Wife Boot Camp. I want to talk about that more. I'm definitely going to talk about that more when I come back from this mini break. But our Kingdom Boot Camp is one of those things where it's like we're going to be surrounded with people that are going to push you. I'm excited for the wives that have shown interest, that are going to walk alongside one another. And I'm going to walk alongside y'all as we're doing the work, as we're digging deeper, as we're healing from certain things, doing even more inner healing so that we can build legacy. We want to establish atmospheres where our children and our marriages are thriving. And not only that, an atmosphere for us to thrive. And that doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect. I was thinking about one of the wives that posted in terms of having more peace as we're fasting. Sometimes it's not like you're like everything's going to change from day to night, but from day to night, from night to day. But it means that you'll have peace, you'll have joy, you'll have different perspective. Like you'll be able to approach things differently. Like there are certain things. There was a season where like my kids will be crying and stuff like that. And I'd be like, my nervous system was like shot. And I'd be like, oh, what happened? What happened? I was like, nothing's going on. Like chill. And like now inside, I'm like, I'm able to better regulate. Like they'll be screaming, like they literally, I'm like, y'all are 15 and 13. Why y'all fighting? And the 5-year-old, they're all fighting. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, I'm calm. I'm at to be the type of wife that I want. I don't know why. Why are you glitching? And plead the blood of Jesus. Don't glitch on me, StreamYard. um, and that doesn't mean I'm perfect because baby, sometimes I'm like, really, y'all? And I'll be screaming or whatever, but I can come back, I can repair, I can, apologize to my husband, apologize to my kids, but it's a different atmosphere. Like the screaming, the yelling, there's like none of that. Again, it's not perfect, it's real life, right? And so that's what the type of stuff that we do when it comes to the boot camp. We're standing alongside one another so that you can our childhood wounds that are battling one another. It's like, a lot of stuff from your childhood that comes into your marriage that you haven't dealt with, right? And so we deal with that, and you deal with really uprooting those things so that you can have a marriage that's thriving, a kingdom marriage that's thriving, right? That not that you're just surviving for the point of it. Hi, Sister Bev. I see you. I love you so much. Thank you for always supporting and always sharing. I miss you so much. Um, but yeah, so it's not like everything's perfect and everything changes overnight, but really you change and you enjoy life more. Because when your house is chaotic, your marriage is chaotic, it's like you're like, "Oh, I'm suffocating," but you find joy again. And I think that's important, that the Lord really wants to focus on his daughters finding joy again outside of just our roles. That yes, you are a wife and a mom, and that is sacred ministry, but you are a woman. You on your own are important. And I think sometimes we lose ourselves, our identity in marriage and motherhood, and we don't do things for ourselves. Like, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? What do you enjoy? And I think that's equally as important. So I'm going to have a link for all that stuff, and I'm excited. Thanks for joining me, y'all. Thanks for those that watched the replay. I will be back on Monday. We'll see where we go, where the Lord leads us. I love y'all to pieces. I will see you next week. Bye, y'all.